Good morning. It is 7:48 a.m. on Friday, March 20th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis, and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So, uh, mm, uh, I decided to play around with a new software tool that theoretically I've had access to a while, but didn't ever really open up to play with. And so I was just thinking, gosh, during this time of social isolation, wouldn't it be nice if I was able to go to the mountains? Oh, 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 or to the city. Uh, or to, what is this one? A fancy other person's apartment. Or a different, not so fancy apartment. And have my hair be flickery. Um, I could do other photos too, except those are just the default ones that came with the software. Whoops, there we go. And, so, or I could just be in the void of space. Ooh. Yeah, obviously some of this is a little flickery and has, could be improved. But, the basic concept, I think you get it, right? Um, yeah, so it's just a little bit of a secondary software program called VCam, adding to the basic of the XSplit broadcaster that I generally use for recording this and for live streaming. So here we are, we're doing the thing, and I'm distracted by new shiny toys and feeling like I want to just switch it back to normal. What I used this for first actually was I did a Let's Play yesterday of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, which is a little platformer video game that is just gorgeous artistically. It's just these beautiful set pieces and very smooth animation and a very fun, challenging platformer gameplay. It's the sequel to Ori and the Blind Forest, which I played, a couple years ago when that was new and loved. And so I'm very excited with this one. And so I played that for about an hour and a half on live stream yesterday. And I used this software to make myself be in the bottom corner, but without like the background blocking it. So I was able to have it just be my head on top of the game stream instead of a whole rectangle. And so yeah, it worked pretty well. Unfortunately, I don't have an easy way to switch. Like, this setup with the VCam doesn't easily allow me to add the picture-in-picture. There's a little bit of a conflict with, like right now, if I were to try to add the secondary camera to point, oh, never mind, I'm totally wrong. There it is. So here, there's the there's the rocket content that I know you were actually all hungry for. Come on, cable. Yeah, there you go. I knew that's what you really wanted all along. In fact, we'll even zoom in on him a little bit there. Yeah, there we go. Playing around with camera software. Alright, I am probably going into work for a little bit today. By and large, working from home has been pretty successful, but I do have to, oh, hang on. I want to try something. And then, hey, look at that. Yeah. Look at that. Now I'm over it. All right. Well, I'm distracted by toys. I've been doing well with working from home, but there is a specific bit of business that really requires access to a physical binder. So probably going to be going in for the purpose of completing that, but just taking precautions. Our company actually has shifted to a new mode, or at least they're implementing it on Monday, that I think is really interesting because, of course, I mean, maybe you all don't know this, but I work as a consultant in the pharmaceutical field, and I'm not going to get into the specific details here, but um, you know, the main activity of the building is making medicine that people actually need. So when we talk about essential industries, I mean, that absolutely is. There's people whose lives depend on continuing access to the medicine they take. So can't really shut that down. Now, I'm not usually doing the part that requires that, right? So a lot of what I do is writing documents and reviewing documents and that sort of thing. So I can do that from home. But sometimes I need to go in, and as as previously mentioned, but the actual operation of everything that is happening. I'm gonna go ahead and move that back down. The actual operation of that manufacturing definitely needs to continue going, but they've shifted to having two teams. So they're going to do like half and half of all the people who usually work on that to cover it. They're going to basically do like a week on, a week off, and have the two teams not interact with each other. And so, like, there's two colors of teams, like just hypothetically, we say there's a red team and blue team. And so, when it's a red team week, only red team people are there on site. And then they do a thorough cleaning over the weekend, and then the next week it's a blue team, and only blue team people are there on site. And that way it reduces even more the impact of having lots of people on site for the people who do have to be there at work. So it's interesting. We'll see how that goes. It's not actually directly impacting me so much because only the very periodic times that I need to go in, kind of, it's not that I'm exempted, it's more just a matter of, usually to switch teams, you would have to have a whole week in between, when you're there, so you could sort of switch from one color to the other, but, I'm going to be going in so frequently that it kind of moved. Anyway, all right, I'm just babbling now. So, yeah, that's where I'm at, and I hope everybody is doing well, and as just another reminder, um, you know, there's a lot of people who are not going to be doing well. Like I ran into the local dog walker, and she was just talking about how everyone's home now. They're walking their own dogs. That's all my business. And so, keep an eye on the people who are going to be struggling during this time. And remember that, if you're comfortable, that's fantastic. I'm happy. But look around for the people who aren't and see if maybe there's a way to help. All right. In the meantime, I'll talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes. Check out the YouTube page for the Let's Play of Ori and the Will of the Wisps, and I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.